Alright guys, today's makeup look is going to be on this look I have here. It's Arabic inspired, and it's with a nude muted lip, and I've got a little bit of color on my cheeks. And if you want to see how I got this look, stick around. Alright, so here I am taking my MAC 252 brush, and I'm going to grab a spray bottle. You want to keep that handy throughout this entire tutorial. And what I'm going to do is, and this is my MAC Pigment in Pink Bronze. I love this pigment. It's the only MAC pigment I have. So here what I'm doing is I'm spraying both sides of my brush. I'm not soaking it, but I'm getting wet enough so that the pigment will apply as a liner. Right now I'm putting a little bit of the pigment on my brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to cover my entire eyelid. Sorry, I looked to the side quite a few times in this video. There was something on TV playing that was interesting. Can't quite remember what it was. But here I go back to applying that pink bronze generously on my eyelid, and you want to cover the entire eyelid. I don't know if you can see, but I didn't get right along my lash line, so I'm going back in there so you want to get extremely full coverage out of this pigment, and it's really easy to get. I hope to purchase some more MAC pigments in the time being. And what I just did right then was I sprayed the brush again with water, and then I used my fingers to kind of wipe off the excess of the pink bronze. And now I'm going into my Eyes Lips Face palette, and I'm taking this kind of an aqua, yes, like an aqua blue color, and I'm going to apply that generously to my brush. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply that in the crease area, and I'm just doing the crease first, and you can see that you're going to have to apply the color a couple times for it to come up really clearly instead of just blending in with that pink bronze color that we've got. And you're also going to take it a little bit above the crease. As you can see on my left eye, you can definitely see that blue color with or without my eyes closed. So I'm putting another layer on the crease, and I'm starting to take the color up a little bit above my crease. And you can see once you get the desired color pigmentation that you would like, then you can stop. I stopped about, I want to say 4 different coatings of it. And that was including me going up and above my crease. And then you're taking a little bit of that blue, and you're going to put it a little off of the middle of your eye, because that's when we're going to start blending it into that darker purple blue color. And I put a couple coats on. It doesn't need to be like super duper pigmented, but just enough so that you can see it. Now I'm taking, that is my Mark brush from Avon. It's the all over shadow brush, and I'm taking it and I'm mixing this dark blue and this dark purple together. And I did not wet this. You don't have to wet the brush for this purpose, because the dark purple is enough on its own. And I'm taking it and I'm starting it on the very outer corner of my eye, and you're just gonna like pack that on to get the desired pigmentation as well. And I believe here I am grabbing a piece of tape. That's how we're gonna get that really straight edge. And so I'm placing that tape going along the desired edge that I want. You could have yours winging out more, coming kind of straight up like I've got mine, and then you can just continue to pack that color on. And I'm being very generous with it. And just to let you know, before I started doing any of this eyeshadow application, I did use a primer. I used the Urban Decay primer. And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking this gold color and I'm mixing it with like a peachy gold color, and I'm using my MAC 214 brush. It's kind of like a really tiny flat shader brush, and I'm mixing those two colors together, and I'm going to put that on the inner corners of my eye. I pack a lot on, so you're going to use a little bit of it at first, and then we're going to go back into it a little later on in this tutorial. There I go, looking at the TV again. I bet you it was just some really stupid show that was on, and like I could hear it in the background, so it would just catch my attention at random points in time. Alright, and there I'm taking my MAC Eye Kohl in Smolder. I absolutely freaking love this eyeliner pencil. It's really creamy and it's really soft. But you gotta be careful with the creamy and soft ones because you can smudge them easily putting them on. And so they go on so creamy it can come on thicker than you would like. But I do love it. And what I'm doing here is I am lining my upper lash line. I'm lining it a little bit thick. And what you're also going to do when you come out towards the edge, you're going to keep going towards the tape. And now I'm doing my waterline. And we're also going to take off the tape right now. And then you can kind of, once I turn my head, you can definitely see that really awesome straight line. And the tape mark that was left over. And then we're going to line underneath that lash line. We want it to be kind of thick. If I didn't do it as thick as most people do for tutorials like this, but that's just because I didn't want it to be too heavy, especially with the purple, because it kind of can start to look like a black eye eventually. And what I'm doing is I was winging that eyeliner out on the side, not the full extent of that entire eyeshadow that we've got going, just partially. And now I'm grabbing my smudging brush, and this is it's a MAC, let's see here, that is a MAC 209. Maybe it's not a MAC 209, but it's just like the MAC 209 brush, and it's a little bit smaller than what I'm actually using in this video. And what we're doing is we're smudging out that black liner, and we're also taking that, also took that line on the side and we smudged that up going all the way down. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking my Jordana liquid liner in black. This one was like $2 at Walgreens, and I was like, oh, this liner is gonna not be very good, but this is probably my best pigmented black liner, and it lasts throughout the entire day. It hasn't broken anything out on my eyes, given size or anything, so it's pretty good quality, and it's inexpensive, and every girl loves that. And I'm taking that all the way up the side. And usually I don't go through so many layers of this, and I'm taking my MAC 209 again, and I am going to dip that into the black eyeshadow of my 144 Eyes Up Face palette, and I'm going to just dot that over it and kind of smudge it out a little bit more. And I usually don't do kohl liner, liquid liner, and then the powder. I'll usually do like liquid liner by itself or kohl liner and powder. But since I really wanted the black to be intense in this, I went ahead and did all three. That way it's extra staying power. And now I'm going back in with my purple and blue mixture, and I'm going to go over the very edge of that blue color that was above my crease, almost at my eyebrow line. And I'm just going to go over that and give it a gradient effect. And for this tutorial, you do not have to use the same exact colors that I use, and if you used other colors, I would absolutely love to see what you came up with. And I'm going to take my MAC 214 brush that still has the gold colors on it, and I'm going to go back over the inside of my eyes, the inner corners. It's going to give me a brightened up look. And I am going over the inner eyeliner a little bit too, just to give myself an extra woken up look. Alright, so this is my Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm just going to spray some water on it, and I'm zooming out so you guys can see everything that I'm going to be doing right now. Alright, sorry about this. I thought I cut this part out of the video. I was just making sure that my camera was placed properly because the mirror is in front of my camera, not behind. Sprayed my sponge a little bit more, and I've got my Clinique Superbalanced makeup in the color Amber 17, and I'm going to use that. And right now I'm reaching for my L'Oreal True Match because I do use both of them, usually no matter what the occasion is. And I'm going to put my a little bit of the Clinique on the sponge. Sometimes I'll put both of them on my sponge and then go from there, but I'm just putting my Clinique on first. And then I'm speeding through this so you can see how I'm applying the Clinique, just the insides of my face. And I'm using the pointed edge of the sponge because when I go next to my eyes, I can really define that line and make it look even straighter and edgier than I did before. Oh, look, my skin's waking up. Alright, now I'm doing my L'Oreal True Match, and I'm going to put that on my sponge, and then I'm going to dot it all along the outsides of my face, looking at the TV again, and I'm going to really smooth that out, and I'm going to really blend that in with what I've got going on, and I'm going to take it down on my chin a little bit, like I did with my summer foundation routine. And you can see that that line, that edge is really sharp, and I really love it. Now I'm taking my vegan Milk Fancy powder in a powder brush. This one is from E.L.F's Face. It's the Total Face Brush. This is a staple. I use this every day, and I really haven't used too many other face brushes, so I can't really say which ones are best. Now I'm taking my Chanel Soleil de Tan all over bronzer, and I'm doing it on my nose, on my cheekbones, on both sides of my face. And at this point in the video, you can choose to either keep watching or just conclude your watching, because I know some people have their own foundation routines, and I'm just doing this to show you guys how the whole full face turns out to be. And right now I'm just taking a MAC 168 brush, and I'm putting that in stippling that into that bronzer, and I was putting in the hollows of my cheeks, up on my chin, and then, not on my chin, on my sides of my face. And I'm taking Wet n Wild bronzer in light medium, and I'm taking my MAC fan brush. It's a MAC 494 SE, and I'm just gonna lightly brush that over everything that I've done already. I usually use a darker Wet n Wild bronzer, but I'm not really 100% sure where mine is at the moment. And here I am taking my MAC stippling brush. It's a 187, and I'm going to put it in my MAC Desert Rose blush, and I'm putting that on. And just another FYI, I did do my eyebrows already. I didn't show that in the video because it's really hard to get it, but if you would like to see a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, an in-depth one, just let me know, and I would be absolutely pleased to film that for you. Alright, so now I'm taking my concealer and I'm washing out my lips completely. You can also use a lip primer if that's what you choose, and the concealer that I'm using is the E.L.F's Face All Over Color Stick in Toffee, and it's my, this one and my Benefit Boring Concealer are my absolute favorites and my staples, and I mean, it's awesome because the concealer is only $1 from E.L.F's Face, and you can get as many as you want and just be perfectly content with it all the time. Alright, and I'm debating whether between two different lipsticks right here. I couldn't decide which one to do. The one on the right side, your right, is going to be Michael Marcus, the Net, and the one on the left is Max Kraft. And I could not decide which one to do, so I ended up choosing Max Kraft. And then I'm just dotting that on my lip, not necessarily rubbing it because I don't want too much of a full color. So I'm just doing that for now. You can see it's a really bright color. And in a few seconds here, I'm going to cut to me actually talking to you, I believe. And right now I'm dotting pink bronze powder on top of that so that it kind of matches the inner part of my eye makeup. So it pulls from there. Mascara by Elizabeth Arden, and I went ahead and applied that, and now I'm going to cut to me speaking to you guys. I'm only doing this, I'm not being emotional on this part because I thought I'd explain while I'm doing it. I'm doing it, my lips are fairly bold for this look because in Arabic makeup they in Arabic makeup they do traditionally bolder lip colors, and it's usually like a hot pink or like an orangish color. And I did have hot pink and I did have orange, but since I was using the MAC Pigment in pink bronze, I thought I'd go with more of a pink bronze lips. So what I used was MAC lipstick in Kraft, and then I dotted some of the pink bronze on top of that to give it more of a bronzish color, I guess. I'm not sure if I totally love the lip color. So this is how it would be, and then they would make it even bolder, and I'm using this Milani gloss. And that's what it would look like. And so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to tone it down a little bit. I'm not going to completely wipe off what I've just done with this. I'm going to just blot on this towel. I would use a paper towel, but this is like my makeup towel, so this is what I use when I do makeup. Blot up a significant amount. So we've still got a little bit left on our lips. And what I'm going to do, take my powder brush. It doesn't have any powder on it, but like I do, I just dot the excess off on here. See, now I've got like a nude mouth, and you can still kind of see the pink bronze through it. And I'm going to go and I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Oh, I got more lip glosses over here. Apparently I didn't. So I'm going to use the same Milani lip gloss then, and I'm gonna put it in the middle there, and in the middle up there, and then I'm gonna like so. So I have a really muted lip with it has like a dimension in the middle. Kind of makes my lips look a little fuller, but like I need that. So I hope you enjoyed this look. Thanks, guys. Alright, I almost forgot because I used the, hold on one second. Okay, don't know what that is. Alright, I used the Eyes of His Face Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette, and I think it's the 88 palette. I'm not really sure, so I showed you the colors that I was using as I was using them. But I know that most of you guys have the BH Cosmetics 88 palette. This is mine. And this one's cheaper, and you can see that the shadows are really pigmented, so it's still a great deal. And this one, I ordered mine on eBay. I didn't order mine directly from BH Cosmetics, but BH Cosmetics can be fairly reasonable also. So I bet there's like probably like a $5 difference between the two, and both of the shadows are really pigmented. And I just wanted to show you guys if you had the BH Cosmetics ones, the shadows that you'd be using for this one. And they're pretty much in the exact same order, but and if you don't have the MAC pigment, but I use the pink bronze pigment, then the color you'd be using would be this one here mixed with this one. These two together, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you on my hand. You put this one down, and then you put this one over it, and it gives off the pink bronze color. And then this right here is the pink bronze. You can kind of see this one looks a little bit more pigmented, and this one's it's kind of more orangey. But they are very, very similar. So another way you can get it is by just using that second shadow that I grabbed. It's very similar, almost exactly the same. And that second color I showed you was this one here. That's the one that matches exactly with the pink bronze, and the mixture is that more pinkish color if you like that. And from the BH Cosmetics palette, it's going to be a little bit harder to find that color. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix this color with probably this pink here. We'll see if that works. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to take this one, and alright, it's significantly lighter than what we're going for. There we go, that's similar, and that was this color and this one. You may want to mix this one with this one to make it a little bit darker like the actual pink bronze. And then that bluish aqua color that I use on this part of my shadow would be this one right here. And then for the purple and blue mixture that I use on the outer corners of my eyes, that would be, let's see, that'd be this purple mixed with this blue. And then for my inner corners, I used like a darker bronze and then a lighter one. So from this palette, let's see which ones I would use. I would probably use this one right here mixed with that one. So I'd use these two together. And then of course I did use the black shadow right there and right there to like increase the intensity of it. And there's only one black shadow in the BH Cosmetics 88 palette, and it's this one. If you wanted extra drama for this look and you wanted an extra drama, the only way to do that is to add glitter to it. You could use MAC's Black Tide, and this is one of my favorite shadows. I did some tutorials with this one. This one is black, but it gives off like a shimmery sheen, like that. While the E.L.F. black is like a matte black, so that's the difference there. And give off a sheen on the eyes. So I just want to do that really quickly before I concluded my filming of makeup for today. So alright guys, thanks so much. See you next time.